Hello and welcome to St. Finbarr Cemetery in Cork City. So I'm just at the very entrance to, sorry, I've been driving all day so I'm a little tired now. Just at the entrance to St. Finbarr Cemetery is the Republican plot. So this one just behind me. And just outside the Republican plot, so I don't know if there's a specific reason for this. I believe this would have been for the Cork number 1 Brigade. So this man would have been just outside that area, and that is General Tom Barry. So, Commandant General Tom Barry, Irish Republican Army, commanded the West Cork Flying Column, who died on the 2nd of the 7th, 1980. So Tom Barry was obviously West Cork and operated with the flying columns there. So mainly involved with the Kilmichael ambush, which will be in one of my videos, so maybe this one as well, I'll attach it. So we'll have to wait and see. He took anti-treaty side during the Irish Civil War, was captured and interned. I believe he was one of the first prisoners. And he was interned for most of the Irish War of Independence. And for a short period during the 1930s, he was Chief of Staff of the continuing existing IRA. But he didn't take much of a military part following the Irish Civil War. He eventually took a job, I believe, in the civil service or the Coast Guard, and lived for most of his life in Cork City. Now buried with him is his wife. She was a member of Cumann na Món. She was in the GPO. She was also it says here, she was also a founding member of the Irish Red Cross Society and the founder of another organisation which I can't read. Comrades of Gorta, I'm not sure what that is, but buried there. And then over on this side you have the Republican plot. So yeah, members of the 1st Battalion Cork number 1 Brigade, so I believe this would be the memorial just for Cork number 1 Brigade. So that's probably why Tom Barry's not buried just inside. So there's also a small memorial just under the large cross to the hunger strikers of the Irish Republican movement. So that includes men such as Thomas Ashe, who died by force feeding in 1917, Terence McSweeney, whose grave we're just going to see here, and then the likes of those from the 1981 hunger strikes. So there's two very well-known names here. So this is Thomas McCartan. He was Lord Mayor of Cork City, and he was murdered by Black and Tans. They came to his house in the middle of the night and shot him dead in front of his family. And then the man who took his replacement was Terence McSweeney. So he took over he was leader of the Cork Brigade in Cork City. And then the man who took over all of those roles, including being mayor, was Terence McSweeney. And he died in Brixton Prison on the 25th. I think the 25th of September, I can't even read that now, it's terrible, 1920. He died on hunger strike, and his death was very important during the Irish War of Independence. It brought huge international attention to what was happening in the country. While some of the attacks and ambushes were getting notoriety, the Lord Mayor dying on hunger strike was hugely important. This is just the rest of the Republican plot, so we'll take a quick look around. To commemorate the memory of the men of the 2nd Battalion, 1st Cork Brigade, IRA, who fell in the fight for Irish freedom, let me carry your cross for Ireland, Lord Tom Ashe. And these are some of the men. Then there's some memorials here to other men. So Seamus Quirk says he died in Galway. Tyga Sullivan, captain of Seacoy IRA Cork, murdered at Douglas Street by Crown Force on 19th of April 1921. Charles Daly. So these men would have died during the Irish War of Independence. And then over on this side there are names of men who would have died, just by the dates at least. Just by some of the dates, it probably was the Irish Civil War. So Lieutenant George Burke, 1st Cork Brigade, IRA, 22nd December 1923. And that's the large. So it's just at the entrance. And then General Tom Barry's is just there behind. So it's just there. So these all would have been Irish Civil War, right? 1923, 24. Actually 24 would have been very late. Could have been injuries afterwards. And then there's one man who died in Switzerland. Lieutenant 1st Battalion Cork No. 1 Brigade, Cork Volunteers Pipers Band, in 1930 in Switzerland. So I don't know what he was doing in Switzerland. So yeah, that's the Irish Republican Army plot in Cork Cemetery.